Hi guys, it's Heather, the Butterfly Effect, plant-based extreme weight loss. And today is Wednesday, and it's Weigh-In Wednesday, the day I check in with you guys and tell you how I'm doing. And so let's go ahead and start right there. So last week I was at 216 pounds. And this morning when I weighed in, I was at 204 pounds. So that was a really great week. I don't normally have a 12-pound week, but it's because I'm doing a lot of the intermittent fasting that I talked about in another video. And so if you need to accelerate your weight release, that might be something that you need to look into. It's working really well for me. Kind of Captain Obvious there, but yeah, 12 pounds. So super happy. So I'm at 204. I have a big milestone. You guys know I'm looking forward to getting to 199 pounds because that will be when I can say I weigh 100 and something rather than 200 and something. And so we call that Wonderland. Get it? One Wonderland. And so this brings my total weight release up to 232 pounds off. As a reminder, I started out 436 pounds at 5'2", and I've taken off 232 pounds as of today. So I'm feeling pretty good, feeling really happy. I got an email that actually I got a message on my Facebook, and it went to the other folder, the infamous other folder where everything gets lost. Half the time I don't even realize there's something in there, and so I found this message and it said, "Dear Heather, please tell me what you ate to take off over 200 pounds in 1 year." And you know, hugs and kisses, person I don't know. And I had to laugh because I did not take off 200 pounds in 1 year at all. My path is not that path. And it's really important to me that you guys know that I didn't just, you know, wake up one day, say, I'm going to be vegan and I am never going to struggle ever again and it's all going to be perfect from now on, and then I ate perfectly, and here I am, down however much weight I am, 232 pounds. That's not my story. My story is, I said, I'm gonna try to be vegan, and then I ended up eating all the cookies in the cookie jar that night, you know what I mean? My story is take off 50 pounds, put on 60, take off 70 the next time, you know? But what makes me proud of my story, there's a lot I'm not proud of in my story, but what I'm proud of in my story is that I never give up. I won't stop trying. So do you screw up over and over again? Well, so do I. So do I. And 232 pounds down, it's coming off. You just have to keep at it. You just have to keep at it. The reason that my story is not, and then I screwed up the end and gained it all back. The reason that that's not my story is because every time I get up, every time I fall down, I get up again. Like the Chumbawamba song. I get knocked down, but I get up again. And maybe one day I'll, you know, I like to think, oh, okay, maybe I got it down this time, you know, things are going really well. But the truth is, I'll probably stumble, and the only thing I can promise you is I will get back up again. And that's all I'm ever going to promise. But I do want to answer my friend's question. So really, it's really hard to put a time frame on my weight release because it's been such a crooked path. I can say I did take off 120 pounds last year. So I'll tell you what I ate to take off 120 pounds last year, because I can do that. So in case you don't know, I am an ethical vegan. I did definitely start out doing it for health and for weight loss. I believe that it's an optimal human diet, and so because of that, I don't eat any meat, dairy, eggs, or honey, and I do that for many reasons, for my health, for the animals, for the people, because when the environment goes to heck and there's huge storms and all the environmental damage hurts the poor the most. When we feed grain that should go to a child or to a hungry person, and we use that to fatten up a cow to slaughter, that is unethical to me. And so that's why I'm an ethical vegan. And like I said, for the environment, there's absolutely nothing more environmentally damaging than animal agriculture and I believe, and you can disagree with me, that you can't really call yourself an environmentalist unless you choose not to participate in animal agriculture. And I know that's controversial, so you can argue with me and we can still be friends. And that's something I want to say. You know, we can disagree and we can still be friends. We can disagree about politics. We can disagree even about religion. You can disagree with me about how we eat, and we can still be friends. And I think that we have such a problem with that in the vegan community. You know, you guys, we are 3% of the population. 3%. There aren't that many of us, and we spend so much time fighting with each other and putting each other down, and it just seems crazy to me. We need to be grown-ups. We need to be able to feel passionately about things and also value people more. So I may love my opinion, but I love you more. I love you more, and I'm a grown-up, and I can disagree with what you think, and I can be okay with you disagreeing with what I think, and we can still respect and care about each other. And I would love to see more of that out there. So getting back to my diet, sorry for the little digression, but it hits me in the face every time I go on Facebook or on YouTube, how much we're just arguing over the smallest things when the most important things is that we're saving people's lives. You know, vegan diets save lives. They save animal lives. They keep grandmas and grandpas playing with their little kids. They keep us from having horrible, debilitating diseases that bankrupt us and give us pain, chest pain, make us be prisoners in our home because of illness and disability. Vegan diets save lives, and that's all there is to it. So it's too important to argue about dumb little stuff, is all I have to say about that. Okay, so I ate a whole food, plant-based diet, so nothing processed, nothing out of a can, a package, container, as much as possible. I even try to make like my beans and things like that from scratch. Occasionally I'll use a can of beans, or I'll use some fresh salsa from the produce department, but I like to make things myself. I want unprocessed foods. I also don't use oil, I don't use sugar, and I don't use flour. I don't use oil because it has 4,000 calories a pound, compared to like a pound of broccoli has 100 calories a pound, okay? 100 calories a pound compared to 4,000 calories a pound. I'm trying to take off extra weight. I don't want to use oil that doesn't taste like anything, has no nutritive value, and Dr. Esselstyn, a very renowned cardiologist, says even 1 drop of oil is bad for your heart. That's good enough for me. His word is good enough for me. I don't use sugar or flour because I think of them as drugs rather than foods. And what I mean by that is, just like you take, cocaine is made out of taking the coca plant, which is a plant, and they refine it down to a white powder. If you take a cocaine leaf, they're very popular, I understand, in Colombia, and people chew on them like gum, and they give you about as much lift as half of a cup of coffee. But when you take that coca plant and you refine it down to that white powder, we all know the destruction that cocaine causes and the effect it has on people. It's the same kind of thing. If I gave you 6 inches of sugar cane and told you to gnaw on it, you'd be getting fiber, you'd be getting nutrients, and it'd take you a really long time to absorb the sugar out of it. But the minute I refine it down to a white powder, that has the same effect on your brain. In fact, it's actually more addictive in studies. It's been shown to be more addictive than either heroin or cocaine. So it's an extremely addictive substance. Flour, your body can't really differentiate from sugar. It breaks down to sugar. It's the same thing. We strip away all the good stuff and all the fiber, make it into a white powder. And so I don't eat white powders. And I don't eat sugar in other forms either. So I'm not eating honey. Well, that's not even vegan. But I don't eat agave. It's extremely refined. It goes under I don't eat processed food. I don't eat, very rarely I'll put a tiny bit of maple syrup in a recipe, just a tiny bit. And usually it's not a recipe that I'm going to eat myself because, frankly, I don't eat a lot of recipes. What I eat is, this is what I really eat. This is the real. I have green smoothies, I have green juices, I have green salads with lots of veggies, I have steamed veggies, and I eat a lot of legumes. And so your, chickpeas and black beans and pinto beans, and I eat a lot of sweet potatoes and some regular potatoes. That's what I eat. And it may sound like a really boring diet, and you're right, that's by design. I keep my diet very simple, and I keep it kind of the same every day, and that is because I don't want to stimulate my appetite center, and I don't want to get like a dopamine overload in my brain because of variety. Variety is actually the spice of gluttony. So if you make your food taste really, really good, or if you eat too many varieties of foods, it can stimulate those addictive personality traits. And so on purpose, I avoid doing that. So that's what I ate to take off 120 pounds in a year. And I'm 232 pounds off. I'm really looking forward to being under 100 and under 200 pounds, 199 or less. And so that's what I'm looking forward to in the week to come. If you have any questions, you can always write to me on Facebook. You can leave me a comment here, and I'm happy to answer that. And I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.